Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that time itself has changed. Not because of nature, not because of the sun, but because a machine decided it had to. This is the story of the day. Humanity agreed on time, and why many people believed it was unnatural, even dangerous.
10, 9.
Before the 19th century, time was local. Every single town had its own clock. Noon was simple. When the sun reached its highest point in the sky, it was noon. But here's the problem. Noon in one town could be 10 minutes later than noon in the next. In England alone, there were hundreds of different local times. And for centuries, this system actually worked perfectly fine. Until one invention came along and completely broke it. The railroad didn't just move people. It moved faster than time could keep up. Trains had to follow strict schedules, but those schedules crossed through countless towns, each with its own different clock. This caused widespread confusion, missed connections, and something far worse, deadly accidents. In 1853, two passenger trains collided head-on in Rhode Island. 14 people died. The reason? The train conductors' watches were set to different local times. Time itself had become a serious safety hazard. So, the railroad companies made a radical decision. They would create their very own time system. A system not based on the sun, but on pure efficiency. In North America, the railroads divided the entire continent into 4 distinct time zones: Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. And on November 18, 1883, something unprecedented happened. At exactly noon, according to the old system, clocks all across the continent were reset to the new, standardized railroad time. This day became famously known as the Day of Two Noons. Not everyone accepted this change. Far from it. Newspapers blasted the new system, calling it railroad time tyranny. Religious leaders protested, arguing that only God could control time, not corporations. Some towns flat out refused to change their public clocks. Jewelers refused to sell the new standardized watches. For a while, chaos reigned. City halls often kept the old local sun time, while the train stations just down the street used the new railroad time. In some cities, you could see 2 large clocks hanging side by side, each showing a completely different reality. People started to ask a terrifying question. If machines can control time, what will they control next? But slowly, the resistance collapsed. The convenience and efficiency were just too powerful to ignore. Businesses adopted standard time to coordinate with the railroads. Then, governments followed. In 1884, representatives from 25 nations met in Washington, D.C. for the International Meridian Conference. They agreed on a prime meridian running through Greenwich, England. They agreed on a system of global time zones. And just like that, the world was synchronized by clocks. Time stopped belonging to the sun and started belonging to the system. Standard time undeniably made our modern world possible. Global trade, travel, communication, none of it could exist without it. But it also fundamentally changed how humans experience life. We stopped waking with the sun and started obeying the shrill command of an alarm clock. Time became something we had to chase, something we could measure, and something we constantly felt we were running out of. For the first time in all of human history, we started living inside an artificial, man-made construct of time. Today, atomic clocks measure time down to billionths of a second. Satellites depend on this precision. The internet depends on it. Our entire civilization depends on it. But it's important to remember, time zones were not discovered. They were invented. And once, not so long ago, people rebelled against the very idea of time itself.